Hello. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a weighted column in the Blackboard Grade Center. You would use a weighted column if you want to calculate a student's final grade based on percentages instead of the student's total points in the class. The first thing you're going to want to do if you're going to be grading with a weighted total is to set up the categories that you're going to be using to calculate that weighted total. So I went ahead and logged into Blackboard, and I'm in the full grade center, and I'm going to go up to Manage and click on Categories. So Blackboard automatically has 7 default categories in there that you can use for this purpose, but you can also create your own categories. I've gone ahead and created a lab and quiz category. If I wanted to create another category, I could click here and click to create one. I'm just going to call this Homework, and then click Submit. Now I have another category that I can use called Homework. And then to get back to the full grade center, I'm just going to click OK. Okay, now that I have my categories set up that I'm going to be using to create my calculated weighted total, I can actually set up the column now. So either you can go up to here and create a new calculated column and choose a weighted column, or if you already have a weighted total column in your class, you can click on the drop down and choose Edit Column Information to update that one. And then once you're in here, you can change the name. If you don't want to call it weighted total, you can change it to something else. You can add a more detailed description about how the calculation is done. You can choose how you want the grade to be displayed. It's going to default to percentage, but if you'd rather have it be letter grade, you can change it to letter grade. You can also set up a secondary display, so if I want to make this letter grade, that way I can see both the percentage the student got and the corresponding letter grade. But keep in mind that only I see the secondary display. Students will only see what I put as the primary display. So then I'm just going to scroll down to here where it says Selected Columns. And then I want to find where it says Categories to select. So I'm going to choose all the categories that I want to grade. So let's use the ones that we created. So we have Homework. We have the Lab. We have Quiz, and let's add Test as well. All right. So I moved all the categories over that I want to use. Now I need to enter the percentages for each category. So if I want this lab to be worth a set amount of percentage, let's say 20%, I would put 20% in there. Then it's going to ask me how I want the columns to be weighted, either equally or proportionally. Equally will mean it's going to look at the percentage a student got, not how many points something was worth. So for example, if I had a lab that was worth 10 points and a lab that was worth 20 points, the calculation is going to count the 10 points and 20 point lab as the same amount. If I choose proportionally, that means the 20 point lab would count twice the 10 point lab. So you can decide how you want that to be set up, either equally or proportionally. You also have the option to have it drop either the highest or lowest grade for a student. So if you drop one of their lowest grades, you can just put in the number that you drop. So if I'm going to drop one of their lowest grades, I just put a 1 there. I want to make sure that when I put in all these categories that they add up to, all these percentages in the categories, that they add up to 100%. All right, oops. So make sure it adds up to 100%. So my total weight is 100% there. And then I'm just going to make sure that's calculated as a running total. That way the student's grade's updating as you enter new grades. And that's how I set up my calculated column. I'm just going to click Submit. And now you'll see my weighted total has a score there because it's being calculated. Okay, the final step in setting up your weighted total is to make sure that all of your grade center columns have the correct category assigned to them. If they don't have the correct category assigned, the calculations will not calculate correctly. So for example, I have a column here called Discussions. Right now that's listed in the discussion category, but I don't have that as part of my weighted total. So if I put a score in here for that, you'll notice that my weighted total didn't change. That's because it has the wrong category to be part of the calculations. The easiest way to check and to correct any of these errors is to go up to Manage and go to Column Organization. From here, if you scroll down, you'll see the different categories that are listed for each Grade Center column. If I need to change a category, so let's examine my example of the discussion, I can select it here, go change category to, and I'm going to make that a homework category. I'm also going to do the same thing for an assignment since I did not use the assignment category. All right, once I made those changes, I'm going to click Submit. And now you'll notice that my score, my weighted total has actually changed because that discussion board is now being counted as part of the homework. If I put in a grade for this assignment, it will change again. So I cannot stress how important it is to make sure that you have everything listed in the correct category. If they are not listed correctly, your weighted total will not calculate correctly. Okay, I think that's everything I have to show you about setting up a weighted total column. If you guys have any questions about this or would like some assistance setting yours up for the first time, please feel free to contact me. All right, everyone, have a good day.